Hi everyone, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Elizabeth or Ellie. Lately I introduced myself as a workshop facilitator, event organizer, and community builder. And I will share more about myself throughout the presentation. But first I want to talk, just make a few announcements, logistical announcements. One, I want to share that all my notes and all the links that I'm sharing will be in a document that I will share with you at the end in a QR code. So don't worry about taking notes, taking pictures of the slides. I mean, of course you can if you want to, but it's not necessary. I will share everything with you at the end. Materials, yes, it seems like most of you have the Post-its, the paper bag, hopefully a pen. Just don't open the paper bag yet. Yeah, thank you. As you know, we have a little time together, so most of the work will really be up to you, whether you do it after today or in your own time, so there will be some optional homework. I would love to take a group photo if you have time, if you want to join. Just remind me, I always tend to forget these details. So I'd love to do that at the end if you have time. Of course, also optional. So you might be wondering why I have these Lego here. So about a year ago, I became a certified Lego Serious Play facilitator, which is a facilitated workshop methodology that uses Lego bricks as a medium for creative thinking, problem solving, and communication. So for today, I built these two little Lego models to tell you a little bit more about myself and what I want to do today. So this represents where I'm from, my Ecuadorian roots. These are my country's flag colors. But I'm holding a suitcase because I've been living abroad for most of my adult life and I'm always in between places. And then this represents what I want to do today, which is to share tools with you that I have discovered over the years. I literally have 4 Lego tools in here. So they represent the 4 tools that I will share with you today. The other model represents you. The colorful tower in the back represents the many layers that I think make you who you are, no matter what role or profession you have. And the flowers in the front represent my hope that today is just a seed of inspiration for you to take wherever you go next and grow whatever you want to grow next. So those are my Lego models. And these are the 4 tools that I will share with you. So they're called Gifts and Wishes, Own Trail, Social Change Map, and LSP, which stands for Lego Serious Play. Okay, so we'll start with Gifts and Wishes. Those of you who have come to the networking events that I co-organize, you already know about this, so I'm sorry it might be a bit repetitive for you, but I think it will be something new for most of you. So I discovered this tool many years ago in my master's program. It's basically a tool that is great to build self-awareness and community building. So gifts are basically anything that you have to offer. So that can be any thematic areas of expertise, any knowledge that you have, maybe acts of service that you want to offer others, maybe creative ideas, or if you want to share connections or resources with someone. Basically anything that you want to offer to others. And then wishes are what you need or hope for. So that can be something that you want to learn about. Maybe you need support or encouragement, or maybe you're looking for work opportunities or volunteer opportunities, or you're looking for people to collaborate with on something. Those can be your needs. So for example, one of my gifts is that I speak Spanish, and so whoever wants to speak Spanish, they can do that with me. I also have a background in gender studies, so that's another thing that I can offer. In terms of wishes, as a workshop facilitator and event organizer, I'm always looking for venues to do my events. So that's something that if you want to help me with, that would be great. But these are just some examples. Of course, you will have your own. So as a first activity, I'd like to ask you to spend a minute just thinking about your gifts and wishes, and maybe choose 2 gifts and 2 wishes, and write them down on your Post-it. Feel free to use one or multiple Post-its. I'll set a timer here. You will be able to see it on the screen. There. Okay. Okay, the time is up. Oh. Hi everyone, the time is up. Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you, Lars. Okay, feel free.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, I hope that was enough time. I know that it's a bit quick, but I hope that you can continue the conversations maybe after. We have, more tools and things to cover. Let me just hide the timer. I just really love this tool because it shows that everyone, no matter their age or their type of work, everyone has something to offer and everyone has something that they might need support with. So the first optional homework would be to finish your list of gifts and wishes and share it with your mentors, mentees, with your network or with us in the WhatsApp chat. It would be great to see your gifts and wishes. Okay, so the second tool I want to share with you is called OnTrail. I came across this tool maybe 4 years ago or so. It's a platform for sharing personal and professional journeys in a meaningful and empowering way, where you can map experiences, decisions, and milestones in a trail, creating a visual narrative of your unique path. So what I'll do now is I'll share with you how it works very briefly. So once you create your account, this is how you add a milestone. I think this is also a really nice visual of the different layers that make us who we are. So I won't go through each category, but I just want to show you the different types of milestones that you can add. So for career, you can have, career change or issues at work, or you started a company, or you left a job or something like that. Relationships, really important. You can add, something about friendship, about family, maybe a breakup or a new relationship, or maybe a pet. There is also life changes, like if you move to a new place, or something like that. Activities, you can add hobbies or a side project, or travel, things like that. And wellness, one of my favorite ones, if you ever experienced an illness or something related to your mental or emotional health, or something with your physical health, or you experience burnout, all of these things you can add to your trail. And you can, edit it as many times as you want. I think it's a really great tool. Once you pick your milestone, you can pick if it's a past, present, or aspirational milestone, which I think is great because it's a way for you to look at not only what you've experienced, what you've done, but also what you aspire to do next. And you just have to add a title for the milestone, an optional description, and you can put the year if you want. And you can make it public or private, up to you. And you can also add a help beacon. So if it's a milestone that you need support with, you can also add that information and people will see that you need help with that specific milestone. And then once you have all your milestones ready, this is what it can look like. I'll show you mine. So as you can see, it has a little bit of everything. I've used, I think, all of the categories. From the beginning, I was very intentional about adding the milestones that I think have influenced my path the most. So not just my studies and, different achievements, but also my struggles with mental health or just anything, moving to a new country or, a new relationship, a new mentor, a friendship, a pet. I just really love this tool because it has helped me make sense of my path and sort of understand why I am the way that I am and how I ended up where I am right now. I really recommend you explore this tool and also share it with us if you want. I would love to see your trails if you get to it. This is the second optional homework. I would actually suggest you do this first and then gifts and wishes, because maybe this will also help you understand what you have to offer and what you need. And I will also show you some other people's trails, so not just mine. You can see other people's trails, connect with them. You can also filter by milestone, so if you want to connect with others who have been through the same thing, you can do that. And the whole point of it is that everyone's trail looks different. Everyone's path is unique. So yeah, I don't work for them, by the way. This is just, I'm not getting paid to promote them. I just really love their work. So yeah, that's On Trail. The third tool I want to share with you is a bit more focused on social change and social impact. So it's called Social Change Ecosystem Map. It's a framework created by Deepa Iyer in 2017. And it helps individuals, networks, and organizations align with social change values, with individual roles, and with the broader ecosystem. It has two components to it, shared values that are placed in the center of the map, and it has 10 roles. So these 10 roles are roles that people and organizations often show up in when they are involved in social change efforts. And it is based on this concept of an ecosystem, which suggests that we are more effective and more sustainable in our social change efforts when we are, or when we build connections with others. So this is what it looks like. So as you can see, in the center is the shared values that the map suggests having: equity, liberation, justice, and solidarity. But of course, as an ecosystem, we could add more shared values to it. And I'd love to think of us as an ecosystem. CreativeMornings Stockholm is an ecosystem. And the 10 roles that you see around are, yeah, like I said, different roles that people and organizations show up in when they are involved in social change. So what I would like to do now is read the description of each of the roles. And as you hear the description of each role, I'd love to have you write down the role that you feel most connected to, or that resonates with you, or that you feel like you are that role, or that you want to be that role. So yeah, if I read out loud the description of healers and it resonates with you, feel free to write down the role on your post-it. And also it can be on the same post-it, many post-its, up to you. And it can be 1 role, 2 roles, 3 roles, as many as you want. As you see, there are 10. So we can start if you are ready. I will read them out slowly, and then we will kind of go through them a second time. Okay, so weavers. I see the through lines of connectivity between people, places, organizations, ideas, and movements. Experimenters. I innovate, pioneer, and invent. I take risks and course correct as needed. Frontline responders. I address community crisis by marshalling and organizing resources, networks, and messages. Visionaries. I imagine and generate our boldest possibilities, hopes, and dreams, and remind us of our direction. Builders. I develop, organize, and implement ideas, practices, people, and resources in service of a collective vision. So those are the first 5. Caregivers. I nurture and nourish the people around me by creating and sustaining a community of care, joy, and connection. Healers. I recognize and tend to the generational and current traumas caused by oppressive systems, institutions, policies, and practices. Disruptors. I take uncomfortable and risky actions to shake up the status quo, to raise awareness, and to build power. Storytellers. I craft and share our community stories, cultures, experiences, histories, and possibilities through art, music, media, and movement. Guides. I teach, counsel, and advise using my gifts of well-earned discernment and wisdom. So those are the 10 roles. And what I want to do now is go back to the first one. Every time I mention a role that you wrote down, I'd like to I'd like you to raise your hand whenever I mention a role that you that you wrote down on your post-it. And here I also encourage you to look around after each role is mentioned, because maybe you want to connect with a fellow storyteller, or maybe you want to connect with someone from a different role. Just look around you to see who's around. Okay, so who wrote down weavers? Okay, all right. We have many weavers here, yeah? I'm a weaver as well, I think. Perfect, thank you. Experimenters, who's an experimenter? Okay, many experimenters. Perfect. Frontline responders, we have 3, 4, okay. Oh, maybe 5, okay. Visionaries. Okay, many visionaries. Amazing, thank you. Builders. I think I'm a builder as well. Oh, many of us. Amazing. Caregivers. All right. Wow, a lot of caregivers. Amazing, thank you. Healers. Okay, some healers around. Amazing. Disruptors. Any disruptors here? Okay. Yeah. Maybe like 8 or 9. Yeah. Thank you. Storytellers. Yeah. I imagine this one would be a popular one here. Amazing. And finally, guides. Okay. Amazing, thank you. This was a very quick way of doing this exercise. Of course, we could spend a lot more time with this tool. If you want to dig deeper into it, there's this book by the creator of the map, Deepa Iyer. If you want to go through it on your way out, feel free to do so. But because of time, I had to do a very quick version of what a workshop with this tool would be. But I would love to do a longer one, just focused on this map. If you're interested, let me know. We won't have time to answer these questions out loud, but I just want to share them with you as like final reflections. So what role or roles am I best suited to play given my skills, innate strengths, lived experiences, knowledge, and interests? How do I connect with an ecosystem or organize a new one? Who is in my ecosystem and how can I support them? What do I need from my ecosystem? So these last 2 questions bring us back to the gifts and wishes that we did earlier. All right, now it's time for the last tool or methodology that I want to share with you, which I already mentioned briefly at the beginning. So as I mentioned, LSP is a facilitated workshop methodology. It is based on the concept of hand knowledge or hand-mind connection. Research says that 80% of our brain cells are connected to our hands. So yeah, it's just a really great tool because of that. So in an LSP workshop, participants build models that represent ideas, experiences, or solutions. And it follows a core process of 4 steps. So the facilitator asks a question, everyone in the space gets to build, and everyone shares about what they built. And at the end, there's always a reflection. LSP workshops are usually between 2 to 3 hours minimum, so of course we won't do a full workshop now. I just want to do a very quick demonstration of the potential and the magic of this methodology. So yeah, I think we're ready for our last activity. Now you can finally open your paper bag. You should have 6 Lego bricks. Yeah. Let me just check the time. Okay, so if you are ready, I'd like you to build a duck. I'll give you maybe less than 2 minutes. I'll set up the timer. Oh, and please don't look at other people's ducks while you make your own or build your own. Okay, so now, thank you. Now I'd like to ask maybe 3 volunteers on this side just to show us your duck. You don't have to say anything, just maybe stand up and show us your duck. Any brave volunteers? Yeah? The two of you and maybe, oh yeah, maybe let's do 4, yeah, the two of you. Yeah, you and you. So if you can just, stand up and show us your duck, and I'll come right back. Don't sit down yet. And then maybe 3 volunteers, see? 2 more volunteers on this side. Yeah, go for it, yeah. So just, if you can stand up. Perfect. And Lily, feel free to do it as well. Okay. So wait, no, don't sit down yet. And the people here also stand up again, please, the volunteers. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you literally one by one. Is this a duck? Yes. Is this a duck? Yes. Is this a duck? Yes. Is that a duck? Yes. Is this a duck? Yeah? Is that one a duck? Yeah? And is that one a duck? Yeah? Okay. Do you notice anything in particular from the ducks that you have seen? They're all different, exactly. So that's the great thing about Lego Serious Play is that you ask a question, everyone has the same question, the same materials and the same time, and everyone came up with a different way of building a duck. Of course, in an actual LSP workshop, the questions would be a lot deeper and a lot more complex than building a duck. But this is just a very quick way of sharing what LSP is about. It's a methodology that I really believe in. It's very hands-on, it's very creative, and it really brings in people's ideas and people's stories. You have a question? Do we get We are 2 slides away from that. But yes, you'll see. And just as a fun challenge for you later, for those who are staying and mingling, I challenge you to find someone who made the same duck as you. It's a very big group, so I can imagine that there must be a few repeated ducks. Okay, I think this is just a wrap up. I hope that you gained some clarity about what you need and what you have to offer with the gifts and wishes. I hope that you see yourself as more than your job or profession with Own Trail. I hope that you see yourself as part of a larger ecosystem creating social change with the social change map. And I hope that you remember that the perspectives that you bring are valid with Lego Serious Play. So as the last, to answer your questions, you can take your duck home if you want, thanks to the financial support of 2 sponsors that we had for this event. The Bloom is a global community for social impact careers. They have a weekly free newsletter that you can subscribe to. It's really great, very global, very intersectional, and you can also become a member of the community. And also thanks to Whoopie Town. This is a board game that sensitizes players about people with disabilities. So the Bloom was created by Jasmine Anona, and Whoopie Town was created by Tanzila Khan. So they helped us to support us with this activity. So I definitely encourage you to look them up, follow their work, and as I said, all of this will be on the document that I will share now, actually. Yes. So thank you so much.